Hey there, friends. I am really glad you're here with me today because we're going to talk about something that affects every single one of us as we age. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why? Lost your keys for the third time this week? Or had trouble remembering the name of someone you've known for years? In fact, it's one of the most common complaints I hear from my older patients. They're not imagining it. If you nodded yes, you're not alone. After age 60, our brains start to change. And I don't just mean getting a little forgetful. I mean real, structural changes that affect memory, focus, and even mood. Now here's the scary part. That number is growing fast. According to the CDC, nearly 1 in 9 adults over 65 already live with Alzheimer's disease. And even if you don't have dementia, mild cognitive decline, things like slower thinking, trouble with words, or forgetfulness, affects over 20% of adults over 60. It sneaks up on you. One small thing here, one mix-up there, until one day you realize you're not as sharp as you used to be. But here's the good news, and I want you to hear this loud and clear. You can protect your brain. Yes, even after 60. Even if memory lapses have already started, there are natural, powerful, and science-backed foods that nourish your brain, foods that can actually help you think clearer, remember more, and feel sharper. And the best part, they're easy to find. You might already have them in your kitchen right now and support your neurons, the tiny messengers in your brain that help you think, remember, and react. Today, I'm going to share the top foods that protect your brain after 60. These are foods that boost blood flow to the brain, reduce inflammation. You're going to learn what these foods are, how they protect your memory, how to use them the smart way, what myths to ignore, and who should be cautious by the end of this video. You'll walk away with real tools you can use today, not next week, not next year, but today, to take back control of your brain health, because it's never too late to feed your brain right. And one more thing, this isn't about doing a full lifestyle overhaul. You don't need to follow a fancy diet. You don't need to take a bunch of pills. You just need to be intentional. One small change at a time. That's all it takes. Now, before we get into the list, I have one quick favor to ask. If you care about staying sharp and independent as you age, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a health video like this one. And hey, leave me a comment below and tell me, where are you watching from today? I read every single one, and I'd love to know where our health community is tuning in from. All right, are you ready to learn the first brain-boosting food that belongs in every senior's diet? Let's get into it. Let us kick things off with a little blue powerhouse UVA probably had on your oatmeal, or maybe in a muffin. Yes, I'm talking about blueberries. But don't let their size fool you. These tiny berries pack a massive punch when it comes to protecting your brain. So why blueberries? Why are they the #1 brain food for seniors? Well, first off, they're rich in a group of antioxidants called anthocyanins. That's a big word, I know, but let me break it down. More importantly, they help fight oxidative stress and inflammation in the brain. Anthocyanins are what give blueberries their rich, deep blue color. Now, you might be thinking, what does that mean for me? Oxidative stress is one of the main drivers of age-related memory loss. As we get older, our brain cells take a beating from free radicals, unstable molecules that damage tissue. Think of it like rust forming on a car. Over time, it slows things down. But blueberries, they work like a cleaning crew, sweeping away that rust and helping your brain stay young and sharp. One major study from Harvard found that women who ate 2 or more servings of blueberries per week delayed brain aging by up to 2.5 years. Imagine gaining back 2 years of mental clarity just from adding a fruit to your routine. Another exciting discovery. Blueberries may actually help with something called neurogenesis. That's the process of growing new brain cells, even in older adults. Pretty amazing, right? But wait, let's bust a few myths. Myth number 1, I need to eat fresh organic blueberries for them to work. Nope, frozen blueberries are just as powerful. In fact, they're often picked and frozen at peak ripeness, which locks in the nutrients. Whole fruit is always better. Nature has a way of putting nutrients together in perfect harmony. So if fresh berries are out of season or too pricey, grab a frozen bag. They'll do the trick. Myth number 2, I'll just take a blueberry supplement instead. Be careful with that. Many blueberry pills on the market don't contain enough real anthocyanins to make a difference. So how should you eat them? Add a 1/2 cup of blueberries to your breakfast a few days a week. Mix them into oatmeal, smoothies, or yogurt. Want a refreshing treat? Blend frozen blueberries with a splash of water or almond milk and make a blueberry sorbet, no sugar needed. Why? Or just snack on them by the handful. The key is consistency. It's not about eating a giant bowl once in a while. It's about making blueberries a habit, a brain-loving habit. Now, I always give my patients this tip. That means they don't spike your blood sugar the way a candy bar would. Pair your blueberries with a healthy fat like a few walnuts or a spoonful of chia seeds, because those fats help your body absorb the antioxidants even better. Think of it like unlocking a treasure chest. The fat is the key that lets your body get all the good stuff inside. Now, are there any warnings? Blueberries are generally safe for everyone. But if you're a diabetic, here's what to know. While blueberries do contain natural sugar, they're also low on the glycemic index. Still, stick to a modest serving and pair it with protein or fiber to slow absorption. Your blood sugar will thank you. And if you're on a blood thinner like warfarin, no worries. Blueberries are not high in vitamin K, so they won't interfere the way leafy greens might. Let's do a quick recap, shall we? Blueberries protect brain cells from aging. Help reduce inflammation in the brain. The next one is something you probably walk past in the grocery store every week. And most people have no idea how powerful it is for cognitive function. Support memory, learning, and focus. May even grow new brain cells are delicious and easy to add to your routine. Pretty incredible for something that fits in the palm of your hand, right? Now that you've got your first brain food, don't stop there. Stick with me. Part 3 is coming up next. Let's keep feeding that brilliant brain of yours. Ready for the next food? Now, let's talk greens. Not just any greens, we're talking about the dark, leafy kind: spinach, kale, collard greens, and Swiss chard. You've probably heard these are good for your heart, but did you know they might be even better for your brain? Here's the thing. As we age, our brain needs more than just protection. It needs fuel, and leafy greens are one of the best natural fuels out there. Let me explain why. These nutrients act like a support team for your brain. Leafy greens are packed with vitamin K, folate, beta-carotene, and lutein. They improve blood flow, protect neurons, and may even slow the loss of memory. And here's what's really exciting. A study from Rush University found that older adults who ate just one serving of leafy greens a day had brains that functioned 11 years younger than those who didn't tea 11 years. That's not just a small improvement. That's the difference between remembering your grandkid's birthday and drawing a blank. Between being independent and needing extra help. So let's take a closer look. What's the superstar nutrient in leafy greens? Vitamin K. Most people know vitamin K helps with blood clotting. But here's what many don't realize. Vitamin K plays a crucial role in brain cell signaling. In simple terms, it helps your brain cells talk to each other. And when your brain cells are talking clearly, that's when memory, focus, and problem solving stay sharp. Another brain-boosting benefit: folate, or vitamin B9. Folate helps lower homocysteine levels in the blood, and high homocysteine has been linked to cognitive decline and even Alzheimer's. Now, let's clear up a few common questions. Q. Do I need to eat kale every day? Nope. While kale is great, variety is key. Mix it up with spinach, arugula, mustard greens, or even romaine. Each one offers a slightly different nutrient profile, and your brain loves the variety. In fact, lightly cooking greens like spinach can make certain nutrients more available. That way, you keep the nutrients and add a healthy fat to help with absorption. Q. Can I cook my greens? Absolutely. Just avoid the ones drenched in dressing or loaded with croutons. Just don't overdo it. No boiling them to mush. Try with a bit of olive oil and garlic. Q. What about those pre-washed salad mixes? Go for it. If it makes it easier to eat greens daily, grab the bagged mix. How much should you eat? Aim for at least 1 cup of cooked greens or 2 cups of raw every day. It can be part of a salad, a side dish, or even blended into a smoothie. Sneaky tip. Throw a handful of spinach into scrambled eggs or soup. You won't even taste it, but your brain will feel the difference. Now, let's talk about warnings, because not everything is one size fits all. If you're on a blood thinner like warfarin, you need to be careful with vitamin K. Sudden increases or decreases in greens can affect your medication levels. So the key is consistency. Don't avoid greens. Just eat the same amount each day and let your doctor know. Also, If you have kidney stones, be cautious with high oxalate greens like spinach and beet greens. Talk to your doctor about which types of greens are safest for you. Still, for most older adults, adding leafy greens is one of the simplest, most powerful things you can do for brain health. Let's recap. Leafy greens contain brain-boosting vitamin K and folate. Improved communication between brain cells may slow memory loss and even reverse some damage. Easy to add to salads, soups, eggs, or smoothies, backed by studies showing 11 years of brain youth with daily use. And remember, this isn't about going full health nut. It's about choosing smarter ingredients that give your brain the nutrients it's craving. So next time you're at the grocery store, grab that bunch of greens and say to yourself, "This is for my memory. This is for my independence." Coming up next, we're going to explore a delicious and surprising food that supports mental clarity and helps you stay sharp, even during those foggy afternoon hours. All right, let's dive into something delicious and absolutely essential for your brain. We're talking about fatty fish, like salmon, mackerel, sardines, trout, and even herring. If blueberries are the cleaners and leafy greens are the builders, then fatty fish, they're the engine oil that keeps everything running smoothly up top. Let me explain. Fatty fish are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA and EPA, two types of healthy fat that your brain absolutely loves. Why does that matter? Because your brain is made up of nearly 60% fat, and much of that fat is DHA. You can think of DHA as the building blocks of your brain cells. It helps keep your neurons flexible, fast, and well-connected. Without enough DHA, your brain cells start to dry out, and communication between them gets slower. In their blood had larger brain volume and performed better on memory tests. In fact, they found that adults who ate fatty fish at least once a week had a 60% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Let me say that again, 60% lower risk. That's huge. Even better, omega-3 South have also been shown to improve mood and emotional balance. So if you've ever felt a little foggy or low, these fats could help brighten things up, mentally and emotionally. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if I don't like fish? That's a fair question, and here's what I tell my patients. Start small. Try canned wild salmon mixed into a salad, or make salmon patties with a bit of seasoning and oats. Still can't do it? You can also get omega-3 South from high-quality fish oil supplements, algae oil, or omega-3 eggs. But food is always better when possible. Is tuna okay? Tuna does have omega-3 South, but it's lower compared to salmon or sardines. And here's the catch, pun intended, tuna can be high in mercury, especially albacore. So if you eat tuna, stick to light tuna and limit it to once or twice a week. How much fish should I eat? Aim for 2 servings per week of fatty fish, about 3 to 5 ounces per serving. If that's hard, even 1 serving is better than none. And again, consistency is key. Let's talk safety. Fatty fish are safe for most people, but there are a few things to consider. If you're on blood thinners, omega-3 South can slightly increase bleeding time, especially in supplement form. Talk to your doctor if you're taking medications like warfarin or aspirin regularly. If you're allergic to fish, of course. Skip this entirely and ask about plant-based alternatives like chia seeds, flax seeds, and walnuts. They contain a different type of omega-3. Not as strong, but still helpful. Pregnant women should avoid high-mercury fish like swordfish or king mackerel. Okay, recap time. Fatty fish. Rich in brain-essential omega-3 South supports memory, clarity, and brain volume, can reduce risk of Alzheimer's by up to 60%. Also supports mood, emotional balance, and mental energy. Ideally eaten twice per week in safe, low-mercury options. Bonus tip: cook your fish with brain-healthy olive oil and serve it with leafy greens or steamed veggies. That way, you're stacking multiple brain boosters on the same plate. It's not about being perfect, 80s and beyond. So now we've got blueberries to fight inflammation and grow new brain cells, leafy greens to improve memory and blood flow, fatty fish to nourish the very structure of your brain. But there's one last piece we need to cover, and it's not a food. It's a common mistake I see many seniors make with their diet that can silently damage brain health over time. In the final part, I'll walk you through that. Plus, how to bring everything together in a daily routine. All right, friend, you've made it to the final part of our brain health journey. We've talked about the power of blueberries, the magic of leafy greens, and the omega-3 strength of fatty fish. But before we wrap up, I want to share something just as important as what you should eat. It's what you might want to cut back on if you truly want to protect your brain after sickness. Because even the best foods can do their job if they constantly fighting against silent saboteurs in your diet. We all enjoy a treat, but here's the truth. Refined sugars, trans fats, and ultra-processed carbs are some of the biggest enemies of brain health in older adults. Can actually shrink parts of the brain responsible for memory and decision-making. In fact, studies show that a high-sugar diet can lead to brain fog, mood swings, and even increase the risk of dementia. So here's what I recommend. You don't have to go extreme. You don't need to cut out every cookie, but be mindful. Try the 80-20th rule. Eat for your brain 80% of the time and leave a little room for joy in the other 20%. Simple swaps can make a huge difference. Replace soda with sparkling water and lemon swap white bread for whole grain, choose dark. Chocolate instead of candy bars. Snack on nuts or fruit instead of processed crackers. These aren't sacrifices. They're investments in your future self, in your ability to remember names, enjoy conversations, and stay independent longer. And here's how you can put all of this into a simple, doable routine. Your daily brain health plan morning. Start the day with oatmeal, topped with 1/2 cup blueberries and a sprinkle of chia seeds, avocado, olive oil, and lemon. Whole grain toast on the side, dinner. Baked trout or sardines with steamed broccoli and quinoa, glass of water, or unsweetened herbal tea snacks, a few baby carrots, a handful of almonds, or Greek yogurt with cinnamon. Dark chocolate square in the evening. If you want a treat, it's simple, it's delicious, and every bite is working to keep your brain young, sharp, and strong. Now, I want to leave you with this. Growing older doesn't mean growing dull. Yes, memory changes are part of aging, but decline is not inevitable. Every meal is a chance to feed your brain, to keep it firing, thinking, remembering. And the sooner you start, the more protection you give your future self. I've seen so many of my older patients feel empowered by small, consistent changes. They notice they're remembering things better, feeling brighter, having more energy. After a few weeks of cleaner eating, it's never too late, and you don't have to do it alone. Here on this channel, we're building a community of people who want to age well, with clarity, confidence, and control. So, if you found this video helpful, please remember to hit the like button. It really helps us bring you more valuable content. And don't forget to subscribe for more simple, natural health tips designed just for you. We've got videos coming on sleep, joint pain, blood pressure, and more. All with the same friendly, doctor-backed approach. And one more thing. Let me know in the comments, which brain food are you most excited to try first? Or tell me, what S1 healthy habit you've already added to your routine that helped your memory or mood? I love reading your answers and learning from each of you. Thanks so much for spending this time with me. You're doing something powerful for your body and your mind just by being here. Take care of that beautiful brain of yours, and I'll see you in the next video.